All right. This is D-Boy from the only West Coast Uncensored coming at you with some, today we're going to talk about sports like we always do, sports, professional wrestling, West Coast Uncensored. D-Boy brings it like no other, and we're just fresh. We're just getting started. We're going to even have changes in here. There's things coming that you'll see soon. Logos being made. Yeah. We're doing some things here. West Coast Uncensored Foundation, some new equipment's coming. Boom. We're going to do it. We're going to upgrade some stuff here. And so we can bring it the best of, the best has, and the best always be. I heard some guys I listened to saying, you don't need to listen to no other. I'll never tell you not to listen to no other, but I'll tell you what, you come listen to us, we'll definitely satisfy like a good drink, like a good stiff drink, or a good stiff clothesline, or a completed pass on 3rd and 9, and you get 20. In the last minute, so you either win the game or you salt the game away, and you can just run the clock out. We're bringing it like I said, like no other. Westcoastuncensored.com is our website. You can see updated videos, but we're doing some things with that because the new equipment will be needed for that. But you can get on now and still see some of the things that are there, but the new things will be added here soon, as we got equipment that will be coming to upgrade this and take the West Coast Uncensored to the next level, if I may say so myself. So any businesses out there that would be interested to collaborate, I definitely for $10 a month would put your business on my website, and you could have your business seen by everybody who visits my website. And then here I will mention your business, and we'll do commercials about your business, and we'll promote your business on these podcasts on West Coast Uncensored. All you got to do is join us, $10 a month. Go to westcoastuncensored.com for the information and send me an email there, and we'll get together and we'll collaborate your business. And we'd love to have your business. We're not looking for division. We're looking for collaboration. We're trying to set a good vibe, a good spirit, a good connection together. Not always, even though our opinions may differ, doesn't mean we have to be mortal enemies or dislike each other, break that negativity, but have positivity. And any good business that's willing to rock and roll and wants some promotion done on my commercials or on my podcast and on my website, $10 a month. And if you are a businessman and you know business, $10 a month for that is pretty good. Can't beat it. Because this is what you come, you get a write-off. That means you pay nothing. So you know that. So anyways, West Coast Uncensored, man, just kicked it out. I just kicked out just a little bit ago, man. Just brought out the NBA and the NBA incredible weekend of LeBron James as the NBA hits down its stretch run. And kind of brought that out because the Lakers and what LeBron James in the 17th year, the phenomenal LeBron James in the 17th year. There's no guys in their 17th year, except maybe Tom Brady. But playing in the NBA, no guys in their 17th year take their game to the next level. Anybody in the 17th year, you see the declining of abilities and seeing just, at times you might catch fragments of their former self in certain times and minutes. But LeBron has had a season for a 17-year veteran that no 17-year veteran in the sport of the NBA has ever had. They haven't. Not on this level. He's MVP candidate. Neck and neck. I thought, Antetokounmpo ran away with it, but if things keep going the way they are, LeBron's definitely pulled up the car closer in the race for the MVP, and undeniable. So, but this isn't about, we're going to transform this. Listen to that video. It was earlier today. It was a great episode. Listen to it. It's probably going to be it's going up as we speak. But here's the deal. This one is on the NFL. Like I had said earlier on that video, is there's something special about that March. You got the NBA going down the home stretch to the playoffs. You got MLB in spring training. You got the NFL going from the NFL combines this last week to transforming as free agency is only a little over a week away. Free agency exactly 9 days away, the 18th at 1 p.m. Pacific Coast time, because Pacific Coast time's West Coast Uncensored. So I don't mention Eastern. Anybody get your numbers straight. Pacific Coast time means East Coast time it's 3 hours ahead. So anytime. Anyway, so that 18th at 1 p.m. West Coast or Pacific time, for NFL free agency. So that's why I'm talking NFL free agency. And then actually a week right after the NFL free agency kicks off and guys are signing and teams are trying to build their squads through free agency and names are moving and all that. Then just 8 days after that, MLB opening day. I know opening day here is the 26th. The Giants are in Los Angeles to face the Dodgers for opening day. So we'll go with that and we'll see what happens. That's what's special about the season, which also taps into another season I didn't leave out, but it's there is the NCAA tournament is getting ready to start, right? I mean, we're getting conference finals, conference tournaments, and then we'll have the seeding will come out, and before you know it, we'll start the tournament probably next week. Probably something right around the same time as the NFL free agency. So just everything just kind of has this portal of this season, and that's what happens. But we're going to talk with the NFL, and we're going to talk about the NFL is that free agency is on the way. We just had the NFL combines. Teams are evaluated players for the NFL draft, but the free agency is about NFL players, how you can upgrade veterans that contract ended or being cut or let go or contract ended, and a lot of movement happens to this. Teams will try to bring themselves to the next level by signing needs and hopefully getting that needed person to uplift their team from, if they're not a playoff team, maybe they can go to the next level and become a playoff, can vie for a playoff spot, or a team that's a playoff team that needs those certain players to solidify their team to make a playoff Super Bowl run. So that's what free agency's for, with money and all that. And there's a lot of movement. So, and my kind of thing is the way I made a video a few weeks ago about the quarterbacking and that there could be a lot of movement. And listen to all this movement that has a possibility. You're talking Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers, Ryan Tannehill, Teddy Bridgewater, Jameis Winston, Cam Newton, and even in the background, that's his number, Derek Carr. These guys all could be somewhere else after this free agency starts. That is a huge possibility. There can be changes, major changes, and then we don't know yet because there could be some that are staying. But I tell you what, there is a domino effect that has to start everything off with this. Then there's the one domino that will start it, and I'm going to call this, and it's not original. I did hear it from somebody else, and I think I heard Colin mention it, but it makes sense. Tomonoes. Tom Brady's where this is all going to kick off amongst the quarterback free agency, not talking about D-line, O-line, other needs that other teams will use for free agency. Those will be big signings too. But there's some quarterback controversy and quarterback movement has been kind of going on ever since the end of the Super Bowl. And we're going to see that right now. And we're going to see that happening here at least definitely by the 18th. That's when free agency has starts. So tomonoes. We're calling it tomonoes. Rumors in effect with Tom Brady. Rumors with the Las Vegas Raiders. Even rumors with Brady being traded to the NFC Championship 49ers for Garoppolo, who used to play there. How real is that? Does that sound real? Some of the stuff for me, when I mention some of these teams, just I have to question the fit, but those are some of the rumors going around. The needs. Tannehill ended up replacing Mariota. Phillip Rivers is pretty much, he will not be a Charger the way it looks. It looks like they have moved and cut bait with him. He will be moving. Where's a good fit for Rivers? Could Rivers be a good fit in Tennessee? My place where I think Rivers could be a good fit would probably be Indianapolis. They have a running back. He has receivers, a very good offensive line. The weakness in the Chargers are a full-blown squad when healthy. I think one of the best talented teams when you go player per player and position for position and in depth. But their one weakness is their offensive line. Phillip Rivers is immobile. He doesn't have the mobility. He's a veteran, 16-year veteran. Still has a good arm. Still can toss it, but was pressured a lot with the injuries too. Even having injuries to a okay offensive line makes it less than okay offensive line, or maybe not very good offensive line. He doesn't have the mobility like a mobile quarterback who could probably take off running and buy time like a Russell Wilson or whomever and throw and it still succeed. with that offensive line. He's the old-fashioned, we call it old-fashioned now. It was the way that quarterbacks were, the pocket passer with a good arm. Phillip Rivers with the running game and a great offensive line. That Indianapolis, to me, would be the number one spot. Also, I will say that possibly Tennessee with the running game and a very, very good offensive line and some good young receivers would be another good spot for him also. Tom Brady, where's he going to go? Is he going to stay in New England? God, sometimes I see him leaving New England and I'm thinking, is just a play? What's really going on here? Is he leaving? Is he going? Is it just something that is being said and thrown out in the media to throw us for a loop that we really don't know what directions he's going? Good fits for him would also be in Indianapolis because he's got an offensive line. Last year, their offensive line suffered a little bit. And then at New England, they have just a lack of weapons. And then losing Gronk was a huge. Gronk was like the main guy there and his security blanket, his savior almost that he could go to and rely on when you needed him. And Gronk being gone, and they never really replaced him at that level. New England doesn't really draft well with receivers. They don't make it a priority, and they're not a big free agent player. New England's ran a certain way. They've never really, they've always been able to get by and do the things they do. But last year it was evident. I know some people thought New England had talked to me and thought New England would be New England. And I said, no, there's a lack and they're not opening up. Their running game suffering, which would help Tom because if the better they ran, which would open up play action passing. But they were very inconsistent on establishing the run. He didn't have weapons. He had injuries to the guys he did trust. And the young receiver missed a lot of games. I think he'll be fine, but Brady leaving is a possibility. Brady staying to me is a possibility still. Brady's good fit would be the Chargers. There's a lot of good receivers here. Bad problem with that is what I mentioned earlier with Phillip Rivers. Brady's a pocket passer. That offensive line needs to be shored up. Either one or two, whether it's a draft or free agency, that's probably what the Chargers are looking to, getting strengthen their offensive line free agency. But it's a possible Brady to them would be a good fit. Brady to the Niners could be a good fit because the Niners do have everything you need and just are the defending NFC champions. But if I was the 49ers, I just don't think you take a 43-year-old quarterback and replace him for a guy that's young because you're not like, okay, we've been in the playoffs for 4 years. We keep failing and time is running out. If we're going to win, we got to do it now. So we're pressing ourselves. We're getting pressured. Let's go get a quarterback that we think can get the job done because we're losing time. 49ers got a window here. They got a lot of guys under their first rookie contract. They got time if they played their cards right. Garoppolo, Brady, I wouldn't, but that's a rumor. Brady to the Raiders. To me, it doesn't make sense. The rumors are the Raiders would offer him $60 million for 2 years, probably the asking price that he could get. I just don't see it being a good fit for the Raiders. The Raiders are not a team vying right now for championship. They're in a tough division with the Chiefs because you got probably the best quarterback now in the game, and Patrick Mahomes in their division, getting his first taste of championship glory, and he ain't going away. The Raiders got to build for that for a certain way. I don't know that the upgrade to Brady, and plus you're a young team that improved from 4 to 7 wins and had a good draft and could have another good draft with 2 rounders and a bunch of in second and third round draft picks. This is a team building. I know they can go get some free agency, and sometimes it just takes a few. When you win 7 games, a few free agent pickups and a couple of that, all of a sudden you're knocking on a playoff door. I just think this team's in too much of a rebuilding mode for a 43-year-old quarterback to get him over the hump. I don't think that happens. Now, if the Raiders are not fixated on Carr and feel that he's not the answer long term, you better have a plan because the little bit of what I see out there, I don't know that you can go get anybody better than Carr. If you're looking for the young quarterbacks, you got to move up drastically in the draft to get them. If you're thinking about Lawrence next year or any other top-notch quarterback from next year, and the one that comes on my mind, Lawrence from Clemson, you better be super bad this year. You better want to win one game. If you're going to get Lawrence, you got to get the first draft pick for next year. So the Raiders won 7 games. They're going to have guys back young guys back who are injured who didn't play, like a Abraham. You're going to have good young guys like Farrell and Cosby on that defensive end and the corner. So I just don't see Brady being a fit for them. He's a veteran. It's like, where can you go and win now? And that would be the fit for him. Like I said, Tennessee could be a good fit for Brady. Good offensive line. You got a good running back and some good stretch the field young receivers that they got there. And you got the foundation of a running game and an offensive line that will play smash mouth and love to run block and maybe the best running back in the league. That would probably be a fit. Indianapolis, like I said, would be a fit. So those are the two. I'm going to call it tomonoes because I think when Tom falls, the rest will start falling where they're going to go. Tannehill, staying. Could Tannehill end up at the Chargers? What about Tannehill to the Patriots if Brady leaves? Bridgewater's a free agent. Drew Brees elects to play again. If Teddy Bridgewater wants to play at his time and now wants to take over being a starter, he will leave, and you probably can get him decent price. You're going to have to pay him a little money, but the guy could be an upgrade. He's one of the ones I could see here going somewhere. Even Bridgewater to Oakland, to Vegas, possibly. I don't know if there's a big difference. I don't know that he's any better than Carr. Jameis Winston, I don't think he's better than Carr. And some others, Cam Newton. Where will these guys fall if they leave? I think the dominoes effect here is Brady will be the first. Dominoes. When Brady falls, the rest will go in line because wherever he goes, you have immediate openings start to open up because New England will have an opening at quarterback. Could a Tannehill or even a Rivers go there? Could a Bridgewater go there? Could a Cam Newton go there? Could a Jameis Winston go and be go sit under the New England and get the discipline he needs with all the athletic ability? He's not an accurate passer, though. That's always been his downfall. Always a good athlete, was very physical as a runner. Not a sprinter runner like some of the other quarterbacks in the league, the one at Baltimore, but he's always been that power guy and fullback and very tough and big. And it's taken a beating. That's why he was out last year. But some of these quarterback dominoes are going to be, and I think it's going to all go on where Brady goes, will be the first domino. And that's why I'm going to call this NFL News Tomonoes to fall. And this is where the quarterbacks will fall. Who would be the fit if he leaves New England, if he stays? Who would be the fit at the Chargers? Could it be a Bridgewater to the Chargers? Could they just sit on their laurels and draft a quarterback being I think they're number 5 in the draft, and maybe draft a Justin Herbert and then keep, I think they got, what's his name? Tyrod Taylor sitting there under contract. He could be the starter. I don't think he's the answer because I think the Chargers are, if they're healthy on both sides of the ball and have all their healthy, they're as talented as any team in the league. But rivers of them are over, that's for sure. Tannehill, can he re-sign and stay, or would he be open to going to Carolina? Would he be open going to? Who would go to Tampa Bay if Justice Winston leaves? I think he will. Cam Newton, if he leaves and goes to New England, this is where the dominoes will start falling because guys, as soon as one leaves, somebody will be brought in to replace them. And I think you'll start seeing within days, 2 or 3, maybe all these quarterbacks starting to go visit places. And then you'll start even seeing the names drop. Like, what's your guys' thoughts on it? Leave it in the inbox. I mean, Tom Brady to Indy. What would happen with the Indy core? Kobe Brissett, was he on this list? I think he's still under contract with them. He would probably go into the backup, which really that's what he is, a backup quarterback. We've seen that Kobe Brissett, given the opportunity, it just didn't appear to be that guy, but a great backup. If your quarterback goes down, you need to have somebody that's solid and good. Brady I see that. Would the 49ers pull the string and make that trade to try to get that instant gratification? And sometimes this is the thing that with sports, I was talking about the NBA earlier, and it's with the free agents and the NFL. Brady's another thing. He's there 20 years. He was maximized guy staying, always taking money. I know there's a lot of hate and dislike for the New England Patriots. I have learned to respect him because in this day and age, you see it in the NBA, you see it in the NFL, and even in Major League Baseball with free agency. This isn't the old days where guys stayed at a place forever. They were not married to a city. It was about business. It's about where you can make more money. Where's your better fit now? That's just how it is now. LeBron brought that to the NBA. It just is. If you're a favorite team guy like I am, you're not going to ever get the loyalty from the players on your team. When their time comes and they don't get the contract they want, they will buzz out of your city very quickly, and that's all sports, and leave and go to another city that gives them what they want. This is the power been given to the players. Understandable, but also the one who suffers from this could be the fans. So that's why I'm going to give the props. Why I'm going to go back and give you the props. Why I'm going to give this props to Tom Brady. He's been there 20 years. He took less money to stay so they could sign other people so the team could be better. There's not a lot of players doing that, man. Let's just be honest. You can dog out Brady, but where's the heart of wanting to build your team? He's got older, and maybe he wants to try his wings. He may stay still. If he stays, to me, it's another statement that I'm willing to work out that which I have always been. Something that the younger player, he's never been the most highest paid quarterback in the league, guys. He never has. Tom Brady has never been the most, and should he have been? Hell yeah. There's guys that were making more money that had no business making more money than him, and it wasn't on them. They got what they could. Go get what you need. But Brady made a choice to do better, to have his team. Guess what? They had a 20-year run that we haven't seen in modern day football like any other team. No other team has did a 20-year run that we've just seen New England come off of. No team. Whether you hate him or like him, I'm unbiased. And here's the thing. I have favorite teams, but this podcast, West Coast Uncensored, we're not coming from a biased view. And plus with my teams, I'm not, well, that's my favorite team there. No, I'm harder on my teams, to be honest with you. I used to coach football. I used to coach basketball. I used to play these sports. I am tougher on my superstars than I am the good players. I expect more out of them. I'm tougher on my teams than going to, hate, well, the Chiefs suck because they're, no, I'm a Raider. Obviously, I'm a Raider fan, Dodger fan. But, yeah, they're there. But I'm going to be right down the middle, impartial. This is what I am on West Coast Uncensored, and I'm harder on my teams. Is the old days of being a sold out to your team, and these players are not. And it's not coming back, guys. You got to understand, the new thing is, this or that guys who are great and you think they're on your team forever. It may not happen. And I understand that because guess what? Ownership can go trade them and sell them out and they would have no say in it. And that's happened. So these quarterbacks have some movement. The free agency money went up to $200 million, I want to say. I don't know if it's officially came out yet, but Brady has always took less for his team in New England. And now I think he's going to take the more. He wants more. Will he try it? Because it's the tomonoes effect. Tom moves, then the rest of this list will Derek Carr stay? Sure, I can look at it from a point of view, to me, business for the Raiders, not just because I want Derek there. I'm going to be honest, I question Derek being the guy. But on Derek's behalf, I don't know he's ever been given a good chance because he's never had an offensive coordinator more than 2 years. And when you're always moving and changing coaches and offensive coordinators, you don't get a great chance. It's inconsistency and a lack of foundation with that. Now they're trying to build a foundation. That's why I backed off I said Gruden, and I said, okay, show me that you're going to build a foundation. Leave it at that. Mayock, you sold me on that because I know Mayock. Trust Mayock is evaluation. But I don't know there's a quarterback in this list. I don't want Brady. He's not the future. Rivers, no. Tannehill, I don't think he's an upgrade from Derek Carr. This is for Raiders. Bridgewater, maybe, but it's too close to tell. Winston, a lot of interceptions. Cam Newton, physically, but not accurate. And so I don't know that you can find anybody. But if you're willing to move and bring in a veteran for the kick, is it going to help your rebuild? I'm sure there's things Brady could do with the young players that Derek Carr can't do. But physically, is he able to do the things that he used to do? I've seen a decline physically. Was it because the offensive line didn't get time and the receivers were not as good and running the routes? And that's huge possibilities, and that could be. There is an aspect of that is directly right. But like I was talking in my last video, I don't see the decline of NBA players and their 17th season in LeBron as I've seen everybody. Everybody declined. Even the greatest, Michael Jordan. He was not in his 15, 16. He was a shell of himself. You would see moments. But LeBron, you're seeing greatness and MVP, regular season stuff. Brady's did this in his 18th, 19th year, but he's in his 20, what is he, 42? We're looking 22nd year. And we've seen the decline last year. He had his lowest passing percentage. He didn't have definitely commitment. So this is a connection with the receivers. The receivers were not on the same page. He had a lot of guys. N'Keal Harry's the highest draft pick they've had, and it was the low first rounds, I believe. They got him the year before, and he missed half the season, if more than half the season. He's not a breakaway guy. He's a big guy that uses his body, great hands. I think he'll work for them. But he doesn't have a bunch. Losing Gronk was that. He's never had like these top-notch receivers. New England doesn't go in free agency and go get those guys. So maybe we don't know what Brady is anymore. Does Brady still have it? I see a decline. I don't know. But I think the dominoes effect is the Brady knows, the tomonoes effect. When Tom goes, then everything will start fitting into where they're going to go. So you have a great day. And this is coming soon. Next week, the 18th. Today's the 9th. Today's March 9th. March 18th, NFL free agents starts. 1 p.m. West Coast time. West Coast Uncensored. We'll see you later. Have a great day.